name is Christina Miller, and I will be going over my Unit 15 weather observations for both Anchorage and Kodiak. So we're first going to start off with Anchorage. The 2 days that I picked to do my observations are the 1st of February and the 23rd of March. So as you can see here, we're looking at Anchorage, and we're going to be looking at the overall temperature for Anchorage from the 26th to the 3rd, or through January 26th to the 3rd of February. So you can see the day that I picked here is the 1st, and you can see that the temperature was averaging around 20 degrees. I got an overall average of 25 degrees on my worksheet, and you can see that it's slowly coming down from a very hot spike during the middle of March. And on the pressure, you can see that it bombed there for the last part of January, then shot up for the last couple of days in January and the first part of February. And you can see here on the 1st, it's about 1025-ish for the pressure on February the 1st. And then in March, you can see the average temperature for the 23rd was about 36 degrees is what I calculated it at. You can tell the average was about 32 there, and then it kind of goes up and down for the rest of the month. And then we're going to be looking at our humidity for January and February. So as you can see, it's kind of all over the place. You can see where the dew points are. And for the 1st of February, you can see that the dew point temperature was at about 36 degrees there. All right, and then the pressure for March, for the 23rd of March here, you can tell it was at the highest, or about to peak here. So it's about at 1032, and then it started bombing back down for the rest of March, and it's kind of stayed low for the rest of March. And then the humidity again for the 23rd, it looks like it was right at about the peak. So it looks like the dew point was at about 12, and then at about 30 degrees for March 23rd for the humidity in Anchorage. Now we're going to look at some of our maps for the Anchorage area. You can tell it's here with the star. So as you can see, there isn't a lot of wind. There's one isobar here. And it seems to be pretty clear of high and low systems. There is a low system coming up by Bristol Bay here. But overall, it looks pretty clear in Anchorage at this time for February 1st. Then we're going to look at our other maps. We're going to look at the visibility. You can see here that's just a little cloudy. It's not too bad for Anchorage. And here's our infrared. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on. It looks like it may be a little cloudy over there. And then our water vapor is looking like there's a little bit going on. You can tell there's a little bit of a darker cloud right there for Anchorage. Moving on to the 23rd of March. Again, you can see now there's more isobars, that it's more windy in Anchorage. There's one sitting directly on top of Anchorage. From what it looks like, there is no high or low pressure system that's immediately coming on top of Anchorage. We're going to look at our other maps as well. You can tell from the visibility that it may be a little bit cloudy in Anchorage. The infrared is fairly clear, and the water vapor is extremely clear, so not a whole lot going on there. All right, and now we're going to move on to Kodiak. Again, my measurements were for the 1st and the 23rd. So as you can see here, the 23rd of March was pretty stable for the most part. We had some pretty nice weather down here in the beginning of March. The average temperature for the 1st of February was about 30 degrees. And then for March, it was actually 43. So it's really, really comfortable down here. And then we're going to be looking at our pressure. So the pressure looks like from the 23rd started off really nice, just like Anchorage, and then bombed all of a sudden. So you can see on the 23rd, it was about 1028. And then for the humidity for the 23rd, it looks like, again, it looks like we were just about to peak and then it kind of sloughed off a little bit here. So you can see the dew point was about 30 degrees and the RH was about 35. And then on the next, we're going to move back up to our maps. So again, on the 1st of February, you can see that there's not a whole lot going on in Kodiak, just like in Anchorage. It's fairly nice. There is a high low pressure system coming in, so we probably got some snow that day, snow and rain mix. And then as we look at our bigger maps, you can tell there's a little cloud cover over Kodiak, which probably is the rain. And if you look at the infrared, it looks even worse. So we probably did get some rain and snow that day. And then the water vapor, you can tell there's also a light cloud over us. So we probably did get some snow and rain that day. On the 23rd of March, you can see again that there's some light cloud cover. We do have a lot of isobars. It was probably very windy that day. There's a low pressure system coming up and a low pressure system coming in from Russia. So you can kind of see that we probably got snow that day as well, snow or rain. And then if you look at these maps, you can see again that we are getting, in the visibility, we were clouded over that day. And the infrared doesn't look as bad. And then the water vapor, there's just a little hint of something going on in Kodiak. So again, my name is Christina Miller. This has been my ATM 101 final unit screencast. Thanks for watching.